Please subscribe.
Even the SEAT Arona can be up-and-coming, supplying one of the broad collection of modest SUVs now available on the industry. It provides a written and elegant generate, but the one that is brief on pure excitement or participation, and SEAT's conclusion to throw it over the Ibiza ensures that most models receive rather generous heights of regular gear. It isn't a very practical vehicle while in the course. However, it's only about large enough to potentially act as a tiny household. SEAT was gradually shifting itself as 2012, the moment the agency established the prosperous next creation of its Leon hatchback. The most recent SEAT Ibiza was just another strong thing, however, that the automobile that's really reignited that the proprietor's fortunes was the Club One's SUV. Thus SEAT was rapid to follow along up this automobile using a more compact sibling, the Arona. It really is also, in consequence, an Ibiza SUV, as it shares precisely the exact same chassis along with its particular motors with all the Spanish makers' Super Mini, but stays taller and more asserts to provide a smidgen far more practicality. Even the Arona can also be made to be simple to reinstall, together with a few interesting visible cues, adding metallic paint and also a comparison roof, comprised as normal on all UK models. Really, SEAT is throwing the automobile securely previously mentioned the Ibiza from the lineup, much marginally over the Leon, in reality. Therefore, there is absolutely no foundation variant using a headline-grabbing cost label however adjacent to no devices. The scope starts as an alternative with SE, that attracts 17 in metal wheels and also a shade touchscreen infotainment technique. You can find just 5 other variants, SE technology, which raises the infotainment monitor dimensions and includes Android Auto along with Apple CarPlay, both the sport-themed FR and FR Sport, and also the additional deluxe Silence along with Silence Lux. The motor lineup is recognizable VW Group fare. Even the petrols really are a 1.0-liter 3-cylinder device creating either 94 bhp or even 114 bhp, and also a 148 bhp 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with cylinder deactivation to enhance gas performance. Even the diesels have been both 1.6-liter components, plus all of them operate less than 110 grams/km of all CO2 emissions. There exists a 94 bhp variant, paired using a and-wall manual gearbox or perhaps a 7-speed DSG, or even perhaps a 114 bhp version which receives a 6-speeder. All of Aronas have been front-wheel push. There isn't really the smallest sign of off-road potential here, in reality. In such regard, the grip control technique of the Citroën C3 Aircross appears absolutely adventuresome. The Arona could be your very first little SUV in your powerful VW group. That is something of an interior coup to get SEAT, that'll even construct the auto in its plant at Martorell, in the vicinity of Barcelona in Spain. Let us be fair, no more little SUV provides a especially thrilling adventure supporting the wheel. However, the Arona handles to take a seat close to the cover of the course anyway, not as it certainly will involve you once you are driving down a twisty country highway, it generally does not, but since it can the remaining part of the basic principles pretty much. We've not tried probably the absolute most small engine nonetheless, however, also the 114 bhp variant of this 1.0 3-cylinder features a great spread of torque and power, adequate that you keep up something upcoming lively progress once you want to. It truly is simple to make sure that it remains in its own speediest group of revs, in between 2,000 revolutions per minute and 4,000 revolutions per minute, we might state, since the 6-speed guide gearbox, the smallest petrol receives a 5-speeder notice is sleek and simple to alter fast. As soon as you're up to and including good rate, you are going to notice a remote tram that is eloquent enough however additionally perceptible adequate to remind one that your car or truck does possess a 3-cylinder motor, or perhaps not even a 4-pot. The largest noise in a motorway cruise is probably going to function as breeze dash from round the standard seat sharp-angled unwanted mirrors. That clearly was a little bit of three-cylinder vibration during the tows, however, especially by way of the clutch tube. The steering system is mild, most likely only a touch too far therefore because of the liking. However, it soon becomes an easy task to anticipate at which the front wheels are indicative. Like nearly every one of its opponents, the Arona is created to understeer in the event that you reveal an excessive amount of excitement getting into a large part. However, at the absolute most part your system is well enough commanded to get a speedy, in case marginally uninvolving cross-legged travel. We have also attempted the 1.5, that seems quick however perhaps not quite a jacked-up sexy hatchback. The motor is quite more comfortable with a car of their own as measurement, also since together with all the 1.0, the mobility delivery is really linear, so and that means that you may get the engine to pull you together mercifully from approximately 1,500 revolutions per minute to 4,500 revolutions per minute and outside. It will not begin to have yourself a little outspoken at the upper third of this rev range. Nevertheless, you are not likely to have to really go there whatsoever but dire fated scenarios. There really are a couple of chassis versions from the scope. Up everything to FR sits on relaxation suspension. Also, at the absolute most part, it seems as it may deal with all but the hardest roadways, even if armed with all the 17-inch wheels which arrive with many trimming stages. FR Sport normally takes matters onto a measure, nevertheless, using stiffer suspension and also 18-inch brakes, and even while it really is unbelievably compliant, even in low rates and more urban potholes, it really is more loath to repay down on off-road street surfaces. We might recommend you to take the equally before choosing whether or not it really is mandatory, as it truly is less though it surely provides an additional facet into this Arona's talents on twistier streets anyway. We have attempted the 114 bhp 1.0 using SEAT's DSG dual-clutch 7-speed automatic transmission. It truly is really a doddle to work across city. Perhaps not entirely funniest, however quick sufficient to alter to secure you smoothly through many scenarios. Even the Arona can be actually an option of 3 gasoline motors or 2 diesels. There exists a 1.0-liter 3-cylinder gas available in just 2 countries of Song, using 94 bhp or even 114 bhp, along with also a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder device that's 148 bhp and certainly will pull the plug on tanks when you are flying together, to greatly help strengthen fuel performance. We've not attempted the essential 1.0, nevertheless also the 114 bhp variant of the motor seems pretty familiar using lifetime. There exists a little bit of 3-cylinder rumble in the event that you rev it hard, also there's a few vibration throughout the pedals in several circumstances, however at the absolute most part it is really a solid, elastic, elegant company. Even the 148 bhp gas is more faster, demonstrably, however maybe not into this main point that turns the Arona into a sexy little one SUV. Nevertheless, it truly is amazingly elastic, presenting elegant and easy electrical power from only underneath 2,000 revolutions per minute up to 4,000 revolutions per minute and outside, but actually, you may scarcely have that should move to high revs. You can find just 2 diesels from the lineup, a 1.6-liter device which is available with either 94 bhp, readily available using a and-wall manual gearbox or perhaps a 7-speed DSG auto, or even 114 bhp, 6-speed handbook just. We have but to try out both of those setups, even though neat, innovative layout with conventional comparison roofing and a good deal of color choices, infotainment setup is one of the very best from the course. SEAT is expecting that the Arona will bring in purchasers from not just the super mini category but additionally people that fancy a marginally larger driving posture and also a style-focused tactic on a run-off-the-mill household hatchback. Therefore, the Arona has tons of products since conventional as well as a couple of vital style features which are frequently contained just around the selections checklist. every car or truck sold within the UK are certain to acquire metallic paint comprised, in addition to the option of the distinction shade to the roofing. You will find 10 human anatomy colors and also 3 colors to your roofing, supplying 30 potential mixes. Oddly, just about every Arona additionally has an X motif only, like the roofing boils supporting the back doorway. It is logical about SEAT's versions, however is really a little more perplexing on SE and FR models. Many Aronas include 17-in alloy wheels as common, though you'll find various layouts that will assist you to distinguishing between SE, FR and Excellence. FR Sport and also SEAT Lux designs get 18 inches, OHIF. Indoors, the Arona loses a number of its amazing frame of mind and turns into really conservative, however, that the total feel continues to be the old-fashioned, well-rounded item. That is certainly not to imply that you can find squishy, soft-touched plastic semi-place, such as its sister's car, the Ibiza. The Arona's dash is wrapped together but strung in tough, textured vinyl. But number of owners could ever believe that this should prod the cover of the dash by using their index finger anyway. Also, SEAT's engineers have completed a fantastic work of placing standard substances at which the residents will be very likely to get with the car. The SEAT Arona has an industry standard 3-year/60,000 guarantee. While this will not place some documents, it really is on par with competitions from all of those other VW Group, Skoda and Volkswagen comprised. In addition to these donning a Citroën or Peugeot badge, Kia supplies the optimally warranty inside this section, together with its own 7-year/100,000 guarantee. Hyundai's 5-year, unlimited mileage installation is great for people covering massive spaces. Also, SEAT provides fixed-price servicing on all of its own models, permitting one to hold a lid on budget and costs effortlessly throughout the plan of possession. SEAT provides you with a courtesy car or truck, video clip reports and also a last-minute guarantee on all or any parts.